but really excited to have you here with us today for the Tech Talent South Open House. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and kick us off. So first, just want to share a little bit about Tech Talent South, and then I'll also get into who I am, who we are, and also answer all the questions for the reasons you're here today at our open house. So at Tech Talent South, our mission is to build localized tech ecosystems which bridge the talent and diversity gap, creating meaningful value for all of our program graduates. Our approach to this is through programs that are created with a modular design paired with dedicated career services, working alongside our talent, you, to make you a 5-star candidate who's ready for a multitude of jobs after the completion of this program. The reason you're probably here at an open house today is trying to figure out, hey, where do I go? How do I get started? How do I kind of take that first step into this world and foray into this type of career opportunity? And really what it comes down to in becoming a coding expert or proficient in the digital workforce, it's all about taking that first step to get started. So we're excited to have you here with us today, taking that first step. Hope to answer your questions, share more about how we help you on those first steps and all the steps that come after. A little bit on what we're going to tackle today on the open house. Here's just kind of some high level. So who are we? We always know when you're looking for a resource to take your skills to the next level, you want to know who it is you're working with. What do we do at Tech Talent South? What do we do that's different than the other kind of groups that are out there? Why programming? And how do you go ahead and get started? So it looks like there is some echo for some folks. So I'm just going to make sure all the audio is good as we move along. So let me just check one moment. All right, I made a few edits here on my side to the audio, so hopefully it is good. If you're experiencing any echo still on y'all's end, make sure to maybe mute or turn off your audio and turn it back on. Awesome, well, we're gonna keep moving along here. And so the last piece, so why programming? Why is this an opportunity that might make sense for you and your skills as we move forward? And then how do we go ahead and get started and take those first steps? So who am I? So I should introduce the voice on your screen first too. So my name is Sean. I'm our VP of Operations here at Tech Talent South. I've been at the company for going on 4 years now. And I have this amazing opportunity to get to work with all elements of our team, from the individuals who are helping find great candidates like you for our program, to the team that works with you while you're going through your training, to the team that's working with all of our hiring partners to find that great next step for you after our program, and working with those partners themselves too to make sure that the content and material you're learning is exactly matched up with what they're looking for. Beyond my role as VP of Operations, I've also held an instructor position with Tech Talent South, teaching programs in CRM administration, as well as been a student. So one of the great privileges I've had while working at Tech Talent South is taking some of our various programs and opportunities and courses that we've offered in the past, including web design and machine learning. You'll see the content from both of those are actually part of our programs, which we'll be talking about today: full stack development and data science. And who are we at Tech Talent South? So Tech Talent South, we're a certified woman-owned tech recruitment, training, and staffing company. And we believe in the power of matching companies to the best talent. So what do I mean when I say tech recruitment, training, and staffing? So most folks think of players in this industry as only doing one of those 3 things, but we believe to create a great experience both for you and the companies we work with, that it's great to keep all of those 3 things together. So the recruitment piece we can already say is check for you because you've already found your way to Tech Talent South. Our recruitment arm is really working on finding great candidates like yourselves who are interested in these types of programs and would be a great fit for our various hiring partners and staffing partners. Training is a core of what we do and have done at Tech Talent South for the better part of a decade. And here it's really working with individuals, again, like yourself, who come from either technical backgrounds or also non-technical backgrounds, which is a huge part of what we do. Helping you build the requisite skills for the digital workforce, training you in the materials, tools, foundations, frameworks that Fortune 500 companies, startups, companies of all sizes and industries are looking for. And then on the staffing component, a huge piece of what we do too is taking the talent and connecting you with those opportunities that are in the marketplace. Our three tenets at Tech Talent South: people. We believe in offering immersive educational experience built around the demands of today's businesses and industries. Whether it's engaging with young learners, recent college graduates, or folks looking for a new career, we're delivering crafted experiences and relevant high-value content to you. People are at the core of what we do, from you as a potential candidate, to our team, to our training providers, to our hiring partners. We know that this whole industry is built off of human connections as well. While it's a heavily technical environment, the human connections and the people who are behind it all are core to the work that we do and the success the industry sees. Partnership. We know we can't do this alone, and creating great opportunities for all of our students and our hiring partners is really born out of those partnerships. So working with national employers to find the opportunities and the placements that are available to our candidates, and then also to pipeline partners like universities who have individuals who maybe studied liberal arts and sciences that are looking to foray into the digital workforce. So these are all around making sure that we're helping the industry at large equip talent for the digital workforce. And then community. All of this stuff is fun and challenging, and we want to make sure that you know that in this world, in this workforce, and in these skill sets, you're not going at it alone. So community is a central tenet of what we've been doing, again, for the better part of a decade, making sure that inside and outside of the training experience, you have peer support, both from fellow trainees, as well as to our team and the larger tech community as well. If you are a meetup member as well too, we look at hosting community events and finding ways to connect you with the local tech ecosystem, building that community, surrounding you with friends and mentors, so you can continue to grow and learn throughout your career. Now, why coding, which also can be more broadened. And I'm actually going to turn my camera off here for a moment, because on my screen, it looks like it might be blocking some of the text on our screen. So I'm going to minimize that here, but just know that I am here. Why coding and why pursue opportunities in the digital workforce? First, let's just fundamentally look at the demand. These stats are always kind of changing, but hovering around a common area of over 660,000 open computing jobs today. And the traditional pathway to filling those types of jobs are computer science majors. And when we look at those stats, it's only about 71,000 computer science majors graduating annually. And you don't have to be a math major to see the huge deficit in talent to supply the demand that technical industries and technical companies need to thrive. So with that huge amount of demand, it means there's an immense amount of opportunity for individuals who are looking to leap into career opportunities in the digital workforce. Earning potential. When you look for industries where there's a lot of potential to continue to grow and advance your opportunities throughout the duration of your career, there's an immense amount of upward trajectory available within the digital workforce. The national median salary for a software engineer is $84,000. And Course Report, a leading reviewers platform for technical training programs, recently said that 80% of graduates from a coding bootcamp say they've been employed with an average salary increase of 51%. So there's an immense, as you can see, kind of from the demand, an immense amount of opportunity to find immense growth in your career, and can see that throughout the duration of your time within the digital workforce. Flexibility is a huge value add to foraying into the digital workforce. So learning to code can help you open up new areas of opportunities in your career and ultimately make you a more flexible candidate in a rapidly shifting digital economy. When we get into talking a bit about what we train on here in a moment, you'll see that the core of what we do is one, building a bedrock of foundational skill sets. When you look at careers in the digital workforce, there is kind of a common underlying base skill set that really sets a foundation for you to add new skills and tools to that, and branch your potential as you move along in your career. So there's an immense amount of flexibility if you find that you can combine it with your passions. I've always likened careers in the digital workforce and coding and software development to accounting, in the sense that you can take those hard technical skills and really apply them in any industry, in any field. So you can combine both your technical skills with a passion, because you'll see that The finance industry needs individuals with these skills, the music industry, the arts industry, the food industry, and that's, the list continues on. So an immense amount of flexibility to apply these skills in a variety of different ways. And then again, core of what we've seen a long time at Tech Talent South is individuals who want to pursue these types of opportunity tend to also have a bit of an entrepreneurial spirit. So if you're looking to build your own ideas to life or partner with an amazing company that's bringing new ideas to life, these skills are fundamental to the development of new solutions to world problems. So be it a small business or a Fortune 500 company, when you have these technical skills, you can help solve big problems and really use that to make a change in your local community as well as global communities. So what does Tech Talent South offer? So first, high potential talent. The individuals that we train and work with, our consultants, as we refer to them, are highly sought after with a proven capacity for learning and leadership skills. When we're talking to hiring partners and staffing partners, one of the huge value adds to being a part of the Tech Talent South network and community is that that esteem that comes with it in that they have hired from us in the past, and they know that these individuals who go through our programs have a high capacity for growth and advancement and already have those requisite foundational skills. We offer a world-class training. We utilize customized curriculum design in a modular approach, again, to be equipping you with the requisite skills for the companies we work with, to make sure that you are prepared for whatever those roles will throw at you, pairing both the technical training part with academic theory and real-world experience. And then incredible outcomes. So again, your success is our success. We invest in you from the very moment you step foot into one of our training programs. And your success in the outcomes at the end of the program, finding a great opportunity and putting your skills to work is really important to us as well too, because as I mentioned, we've built these great relationships with Fortune 500 companies, and we want to continue to provide them with great talent. So investing in you to make sure you have built that amazing amount of talent is important to us as well. So we want to make sure you're confident and prepared for all that will come your way. I keep referencing our corporate partners too, so want to give a quick kind of overview of that, and I'll dive into it more in a little bit. But our strategic partnerships with hiring partners are bringing our talent to a wider audience. So our talent sits geographically across the country. I think we actually have a few graduates who are working internationally as well too, and across industries and companies of various sizes. So here's a few snapshots of places folks are working. And again, as I mentioned, that you can combine it with a personal passion, or you can apply these skills in a lot of different industries. So Home Depot, Lowe's, WebMD, Ally Bank, Credit Karma, Google, Bank of America, Amazon, The Hartford. All of these companies need technology proficient individuals to grow and thrive. And we're excited to get to have individuals who are working at these companies and helping shepherd them into the digital age and make sure they have all the tools and team members they need to grow. So how a Tech Talent South program works. So you join Tech Talent South as a trainee looking to build these skills. And we kind of are the programmatic side and the training component. We think about it in kind of 4 different areas. So first is the training component. Our programs consist of 10 to 20 week long immersives. We are a learn by doing program. So these are hands-on trainings and most commonly cohort-based environments. We want to make sure that you're starting off in the first 10 weeks building those foundational skill sets. So as I mentioned previously, you don't have to come from a technical background. Those foundational 10 weeks are designed to really gear themselves at the onset for folks who may not have any previous technical experience. If you are coming with technical experience, that's amazing. You'll really hit the ground running. And they also have the ability to help you continue to advance and make sure your foundation is steady before moving on to an additional 10 weeks that are a deeper dive into the specific skill set areas, building on the foundation, preparing you with various requisite skills for the staffing opportunities with our hiring partners. Assessments, we want to make sure we're validating your progress and performance at all stages of the program. So you'll get individual progress assessments, and they're built into every corner of our program, making sure we're measuring your learning outcomes. And the goal here is twofold. One, it's to help you understand where you're at in relation to the program. Are you picking up the material? Is it sitting with you? Is it something you're able to then turn around and apply in an environment? So it gives you a sense of where you're at, where you might need to dig deeper. It also helps us too. If we see that a cohort at large is having a challenge with one specific topic, we'll make sure that we are working with you to give you the resources you need to overcome those hurdles and continue on in the training. So it helps us lets us know that if you feel like maybe you're struggling in a certain area, we're able to pinpoint that and really give you targeted resources to help you overcome those hurdles. The student experience, so we believe that is also key to the success of the program. Learning the technical skills is one thing, but making sure you're able to apply them and communicate them in a working environment is also fundamentally important to your success. So we'll facilitate soft skill trainings and personal connections, again, as I mentioned, through meetup groups, virtual and in-person events when we're able to do in-person events again, collaborative coding sessions. You also have access to a community Slack channel, so you can receive and give peer-to-peer support. And then career support. So in addition, again, to the skills you're building, making sure you have a portfolio. So you're building a portfolio throughout the duration of your training time. So working on coding projects, team exercises, having access to career mentoring, job and interview prep. A technical resume looks a lot different than a traditional resume, and a technical interview is a lot different than a behavioral interview, which most people are accustomed to. So we'll give you the tips, tricks, and resources to really thrive in those environments. Quick snapshot of individuals we have worked with in the past and where they are now. This is to highlight again that you don't have to come from a technical background to thrive in the technical workforce. I'll highlight a few here. We have a graduate who was a French and literature major in college and is now working in a software engineering role at Skookum. An individual who only achieved their high school diploma and then went through our training program and is now working as an app developer at the Hartford. Someone who studied finance and is now working as a senior consultant in a technical capacity at Capgemini. Folks who have taken more hard technical skills like mechanical engineering and transformed those into associates of design direction with McKinsey & Company. So an immense amount of way to help you take your current skills and go through a digital transformation and really apply them to various opportunities. So probably the reason a lot of you are here too is to learn more about what do our programs actually look like. So if you're signing up to train with us, what is that going to look like for you day to day, week to week, month to month, and beyond? So I'm going to dive into that here as well. So first, your learning environment. As many have seen in all the training programs, we are predominantly working in a virtual instructor-led training environment right now. This is something that we have done prior to the current pandemic and a remote learning situation. It's something that we're excited to continue as a training resource for all of our candidates. So you will be working in majority of your programs with live instructor-led training. So you're getting that one-on-one real-time support from a live instructor. Doing it in a virtual environment. So from the comfort of wherever you are, as long as you have your computer and an internet connection, you're good to go. We complement and supplement this instructional portion though with self-guided modules. So in addition to having that live class instruction, you will also be given resources that you'll be working on in a self-guided environment. We mentioned we work in a modular approach. So this is equipping you with all the various different tools and skill sets and really allow you to go at your own pace. We know everyone has varying schedules too. And if you are someone though who's ready to move quickly and you want to build these skills quickly, again, those self-guided modules also work out to be self-paced. So you can move quickly if that's what you're looking for. And that's something our team notices as well. Folks who are ready to really dive in and build the skills quickly and move through a lot of content will be able to connect you with our various hiring partners faster. You have 24 access to the training materials within our learning management system. So if you are, it's 1 a.m. and you're like, you know what, I really want to learn about Java strings and arrays, and you'll have access to that material at 1 a.m. So if that's what you want, to be able to go and read through resources, work on projects and beyond. As I mentioned, we are an immersive learn by doing program. So you will have some periods of time where an instructor is kind of just talking and introducing material, but a huge piece of what we do is actually getting inside of a text editor, getting inside of maybe a virtual machine, or building out an application. Throughout your programs, you're building out portfolio projects and really taking your skills and applying them. So it's an immersive learn by doing approach. You're also going to learn beyond the program. So as I mentioned, there's an immense amount of flexibility and growth potential within the digital workforce. You'll be building a foundation here that will serve as the bedrock for all that's to come. We'll help teach you how do you continue to build these skills and take them to the next level. So you'll find in the developer world, Google is your best friend. Learning how to successfully navigate different forums and tools for getting that community support down the line 5-10 years from now, and knowing how to go about getting that support is something we'll help you prepare for. And then community and peer support. So a huge element we mentioned is our people here at Tech Talent South. So you have access to not only instructional staff and tutors, but also your peers who are there to help you answer questions. So within your training program, you'll have a Slack environment where you'll be able to communicate with one another, share resources, offer help. One of the best ways to enforce what you learned is to teach it to other people. So if you have a peer, so another student who maybe is struggling to adopt or understand a concept that clicked for you, you have the opportunity to help them out as they have the opportunity to help you out. So there's an immense amount of opportunity available. And so working with one another to help you grow is really kind of fundamental to success in the programs. All right, and so what are we teaching? So primary of what we teach at Tech Talent South falls under the two kind of topics of full stack development and data science. These again serve as the kind of the cornerstones of our virtual instructor-led training programs. And then we equip these with self-guided modules to help you fine-tune and elevate your skill sets to reflect the current demand of various partners we work with. So first, let's talk about full stack development. First, in step one, you're starting out in what we call foundational code immersion. This is a 10-week training program where you're building the foundational tools that you need to grow. Topics for this include HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Java, Spring Boot, and more. But these are tools and technologies that we far and wide see that majority of our hiring partners are looking for this as a baseline of the technical skills and competencies for someone who would be working in a Java full stack environment. Once you build that foundation in those first 10 weeks, step two is then pursuing an advanced code immersion program. This is where you're taking your skills to the next level, fine-tuning and diving deeper into Java application development and Spring-based Java development. And this is, again, making sure that you're taking that bedrock where you started, and now you're really advancing deeper into Java development. So you have those skill sets kind of really fleshed out and have the opportunity to dive deeper into various areas. So in that step one, we're helping you build the breadth of your understanding and experience. And in step two, we're helping you build the depth. So going deeper into these various areas. A typical training schedule is Monday through Thursday with instruction from 9 a.m. to noon, with office hours and labs from noon to 1:30, with review days on Fridays. So as I mentioned, the first part of the program is 10 weeks, with the remaining part being 20 weeks, or sorry, being an additional 10 weeks for a full program duration of 20 weeks. So the code immersion program does have some evening schedules available for at least the beginning foundational portion. However, we have found for folks who are really looking to dive in and take this as a transformative opportunity that they pursue the full-time schedule, with the instruction part being from 9 to noon, office hours and lab from 12 to 1:30. And then most folks use the remaining of their days to work through the self-guided modules, work in peer groups on projects, and continue to refine their skill sets. Next is data science. So similar to full stack development, data science begins with step one of foundational data science, building the foundational tools, again, that you'll need to grow. We're building out the breadth here. So Python, R, analysis and visualizations of large data sets, and more. With step two, then helping you build out the depth. So taking your skills to the next level, diving into advanced data science skills, and building additional portfolio projects. Most folks tend to ask a lot of questions about certifications and credentials in the technical industry. And one of the things that you will find as you research more is when it comes to concepts like full stack development and data science, there really aren't any kind of certificates that line up with those. And what we find more and more is that companies are looking for you to be able to demonstrate your ability to apply these skills in a functional working environment. So you'll see a lot of our programs are built around projects, portfolio projects. So you have something you can take with you after the program and say, hey, I built this using these skills, walking through your solution, practical application of the tools you learned. For the data science program, a typical training schedule, this one meets twice a week in the evenings. So instruction from 6 to 9 p.m. with office hours and labs occurring before that. So, from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. With a length of, again, 8 to 16 weeks. The first 8 weeks being foundational, the latter 8 weeks being a deeper dive. And then upcoming program information. So if you're looking to get started soon, we have start dates for the full stack development programs kicking off on April 5th, as well as May 17th. And then for data science on April 6th and May 18th. So we generally have start dates commencing every month or every other month, but highly recommend getting started sooner rather than later, so you can start building those skills and getting access to the network and the resources soon. And then when it comes to payment options, so the pricing and available payment options will vary by state and will also vary by the program you're looking to join. But at a general level, we offer monthly plans, so breaking your total program costs up into a monthly breakdown. We do, again, in certain states and for certain programs, offer income share agreements. So general overview of an income share agreement is you are not paying for your program until you have landed a job, so that you are continuing to build those skills. And once you hit a certain threshold, again, and once you found that placement opportunity, that is when the payments would kick in. There's more details into that specifically. That is just a general overview. If you are in a state or looking at a program where that is available to you, we are happy to share more resources on that. And then we also offer upfront discounts. So if you're looking to go ahead and get started and pay for the amount of your program upfront, those discounts start around are usually around 20% off the total training cost. So just some things to keep in mind for your specific interest in program and what you're looking to do. The best way to understand what that would look like for you is to get on the phone and chat with one of our admissions team members so they can understand your goals and the programs you're looking to get involved in, as well as where you're located to see what options are available to you. All right, so you've built the skills, now what? So training, as we mentioned, is just one part of what we do at Tech Talent South. We're helping you build the requisite skills for the digital workforce, and then we want to make sure you're equipped to take them from there. So here's a quick kind of snapshot of how this works. Most folks think that there is a 1-to-1 ratio. You learn full stack development, you become a full stack engineer. While that is one path for you, these skill sets are applicable to an immense amount of positions in a variety of different industries. We have seen individuals who have gone through a full stack training program pursue opportunities from there, ranging from web developer to QA tester. So again, you can combine what your interests and skills are with also what other kind of experience and background you're bringing before the program. So a huge amount of opportunity to come into the program, go through a training opportunity, and deploy that in a variety of different ways. The modular part we mentioned will help you fine-tune tools, maybe relevant to specific roles that our hiring and staffing partners are looking for specifically. But again, please know it's not a 1-to-1 ratio, that you can build these skills and apply them in a variety of different areas and a variety of different opportunities, ultimately with our network of hiring partners. Want to bring this back as well too. So we work with a variety of different companies, ranging from startups to Fortune 500, who are looking to grow their digital and tech teams, because they know that their team growth will really inspire their growth as a company. And they're looking, again, for folks who would fill roles ranging from an analyst position to maybe a web developer or software engineer. So again, not a 1-to-1, in that there's an immense amount of flexibility and opportunity and growth within these various positions. Similarly, if you're coming in with pre-existing technical experience, maybe you've already gone through a training program or have built the skills independently or elsewhere, we work with those individuals as well to maybe find a partner who's looking to hire more experienced or more senior talent for their roles. So with all that overview, where do you fall is kind of my next question. If you are sitting there and you're like, this is for me, what's next? That's awesome. We're really glad that we've been able to kind of help answer your questions, and we'll go to a Q&A here in a moment as well too for any lingering questions. But if you're really ready to know that this is kind of the path you want to take and you want to learn more about how you're going to go ahead and start signing up and looking at those start dates and looking at the full scope of what you'll learn in the training program, we really encourage you go over to our website and apply or enroll. You have the ability to enroll directly on our site into an upcoming program. From there, you'll have the ability to schedule time with an admissions representative. You'll also get a follow-up email after today's webinar. Or open house, sorry, where you'll be able to go ahead and schedule directly with someone on our admissions team so you can learn a bit more and get any kind of lingering questions answered, but go ahead and start enrolling. Similarly, if you still have questions and who do you ask, first, we're gonna go into a Q&A portion here in a moment, so you can ask them here now, but also recommend you go ahead and go into that enrollment process on our website. They'll also be linked in the follow-up email. There are options on there for you in the enrollment process to go ahead and schedule time with one of our enrollment team members to get any of those lingering questions answered for you so you can go ahead and get started on your learning journey. So I appreciate you all listening to me to talk to you and share all this information. I am going to move it over to a Q&A component here now for the remainder of the open house, give folks an opportunity to ask questions.